strolling, ambling slowly, washed in amber street lights. A Mexican wind blows in, taking a hold of Angelina's hair and her halo.
Hello, vinyl community. It's Patrick again, the vinyl archivist, and it's still Saturday, January 9th, 2021. But now the sun is shining, and this will be my third video of the day. And this one is going to be a pretty nice size vinyl finds and a couple of postal pickups. So I'm going to get right into it because I don't want to bore you with any kind of other crap. So here we go. I'm going to start off with the postal pickups that I got in the mail this last week. First one is Van Morrison Moondance. This is a reissue. When I bought this, I thought I was picking up the Kevin Gray, Steve Hoffman remaster from 2009, somewhere around there, I think. This one has a different label, and the dead wax just says KPG at Coherent Audio. So this is a more recent mastering by Kevin Gray. I did record this. It sounds excellent. I have not done any comparisons between this and the direct disc or the original US green label, but hopefully at some time I will do a comparison and I'll either make a video or one of those things. But anyway, this sounded really good, and you can get them pretty cheap. They're pressing these now. If you want a really good copy of this, get it. All right, next up, I've got a couple of Tone Poets. I'm sure a lot of people are showing these. I know some people have talked about these, and as well they should. These are gorgeous, and this is Bird in Flight by Donald Byrd. I mean, everyone knows the deal on the Tone Poets. They've been like the talk of the VC all year, and you can hear it. That gatefolds, these are just gorgeous. I mean, like I said, I think somebody was commenting yesterday on one of Rachel's streams that if 2019 was the year of the prog album in the VC, that 2020 was the year of the Tone Poet. Really can't argue with that. And then this next one that came out was The Waiting Game by Tina Brooks. And look at this cover. This cover just pops, man. This is a beautiful cover. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, and I'm really getting into Tina Brooks. I'm not a jazz guy, but I'm starting to identify that I like Tina Brooks a lot. Kenny Drew plays on this. I like him. Johnny Coles I like, and Philly Joe Jones. So I'm looking forward to giving this a spin. I've never heard it, but I mean, I'm sure it'll sound great. Now for the stuff that I picked up around town. These came from several different record stores, so I'm not going to go into that. But first one is Night Ranger, Dawn Patrol. This was the first album by Night Ranger. People are going to go, oh, Night Ranger. I said, man, this is a rock and roll record. I don't care what anyone says. It's not a hair metal band. This is a rock and roll record with great guitar players, great vocals, great mastering by Alan Zentz on this. If you grab this, look for the AZ or maybe a little flower on that. That means Alan Zentz mastered it. And this is usually about a $3-4 record. Grab it. Got picked up a XTC Mummer. I don't see XTC out in the wild very often, so I saw this at a record store I visited today. Comes with the inner sleeve. I have not processed it or given it in a new sleeve, which I will here in a minute. So there's the Geffen label. There's any mastering marks on here. I don't see any. But I've never heard this record, to be honest with you. So the first time I spin it will be the first time I hear it. But, you know, like I said, you know, people have been talking about XTC, and I'm familiar with some of their stuff. So I said, hey, man, I saw it. I'm going to grab it. Next comes probably one of the candidates for the worst album cover of all time that doesn't fit the music. Uriah Heep, Abominog. This cover makes you think that this is a satanic album. This is actually a really great melodic hard rock record. If you see this and you like melodic hard rock, grab it. It is not heavy metal, doom metal, anything of the sort. This is, I mean, the cover does not fit the album. Here's the vinyl. This should have master disc in the dead wax. Does it? Where are you? So I can't really see in this light. They had a different singer on this album. He sang on a couple of the records, but this is the best one by far. They do a Run on a Light Night with the Lion is a great song. Too Scared to Run, On the Rebound, Chasing Shadows, Prisoner. That's the Way That It Is. They do a cover of John Cougar's Hot Night in a Cold Town. There's not a bad song on this record, in my opinion. This is just a top to bottom a great record. This would be a wallflower for me. If you see this, grab it. It's the highest recommendation I can give. Grab this, Hanoi Rocks, Back in the Mystery City. This is a green vinyl pressing. I've never seen this one before. This is a Geffen. It's on the Uzi Suicide label. I have a couple of Hanoi Rocks. I didn't have this one, so I was glad to find it. It was like $10. I said, yeah, I'll grab that for sure. Next, I've got Leon Russell's first album. It's got the Shelter without the... When Shelter got bought out, they kind of blurred that out, and it has old masters on here. I think that's the first pressing that has the old masters. Fin to Shrink. It's on the Shelter label. These are hard to find around here, at least clean. You know, most of these are, kind of beat to crap and the vinyl sounds bad. I'm anticipating this will sound good because it has no spindle wear. It's in great shape. And for $4, I said not taking this home with me. I have several other copies, but I think this one might be the best one. So the other ones will probably be up for BCLT at some point in the near future. Oh, what's next? Oh, Quicksilver Messenger Service, Happy Trails. This is an original Capitol Rainbow label. Vinyl was in excellent condition, and I think I have a German pressing of this. And the vinyl was very clean, and for, I think it was like $7, I said, all right, taking this one home with me too. That's what happens when you're shut in all week and then you get out. Okay, I'm spending some money. Okay, next up. Just took a shot on this one. This is MTV Unplugged in New York. I took a shot on it because it has the Palace 180 gram vinyl, and in my experience, most of the time when you find those, they're repressed ORG mastering. So this one in the vinyl, you can look. It has the ORG markings X out. So what you're getting is an ORG pressing for about 1/4 the cost of what it would cost today. So if you see that for all of the Nirvana albums that have Palace on the label, take a shot. You might get an ORG and get a great sounding record that would have cost you a fortune otherwise. Just a little tip for you. The next album I'm going to show is very interesting. I just finished recording it, and it is Deep Purple in Rock. This is a later, probably early to mid 70s pressing. You can tell because the EMI is on the label. It does have the similar. It's got the gatefold. It does have the same catalog number here as the very first UK pressing. The stampers on this are -4. But you're probably saying, well, if you have a first pressing, Patrick, why did you grab this one? Well, Deep Purple in Rock is not the world's greatest recording, and the first pressings all have issues to me, the sound-wise. And the reason why I picked this up is because etched in the dead wax is HTM, which stands for Harry T. Moss. Harry T. Moss was a mastering engineer who did lots of the Beatles reissues, later issues, like the Blue Box stuff. If you look in your UK Blue Box, you'll probably see HTM etched there. He also did America's Greatest Hits and Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon, later pressings. He also did Pink Floyd Animals. So my hope was that he mastered this and corrected some of the mistakes of the first pressing and subsequent pressings. And it's promising. Like I said, I recorded this today, and I did a comparison of my first pressing of Bloodsucker to this Bloodsucker, and this was definitely cleaner and not as what's a good way to put it? Not as muddy. Definitely some better clarity of the upper mids and the highs. So I'm cautiously optimistic that this will cure some of the ills of the mastering of this record. It cost me $15, and I said, if I don't like it, I could flip this for probably twice as much anyway. So this was a no-brainer for me. So it pays to look in the dead wax when you're buying records. It pays to look at anything. Like this was laminated. I could tell this wasn't a U.S. pressing immediately because it's laminated. Look for things like that to let you know you might get an import. Next up, I got, I'm going to love talking about this one. This is for you, Proghat. I found a sealed copy of Yes Tormato. Yes, sealed. Never been opened. Sealed copy of Tormato. That was my Proghat impression. Now, most of us know that Proghat loves Yes Tormato, and most of you know that I don't like Yes Tormato. So the dilemma I have here is, do I take this sealed copy of Tormato and keep it sealed for all eternity so that nobody is forced to listen to Tormato? That this copy of Tormato is never unleashed onto the world? Or do I open it, make amends with Yes Tormato, record it, and pass it along as VCLT? So in the comments, let me know what I should do here. I might make a separate video on I think I will make a separate video on what I should do with Yes Tormato, and I'm going to let you, the community, decide. Today I also picked up a sealed copy of Steppenwolf. This is a mono pressing that Sunday's put out. Now I've heard lots of good things about this, that the original mono pressing had some tape issues and they used the wrong tape, and that they finally found the right tape. So I've heard lots of good stories about this one. So I'm very curious to give this a listen and see for myself, and I'll probably do a comparison with my original mono, but it was like 20 bucks and I said, okay, I'll grab it. Now next I picked up an OG pressing of Frank Zappa, One Size Fits All. I do have the reissue, which sounds amazing, but for some reason I'm just a glutton for punishment. It was $7 and I said, hey, I'm gonna grab it. It's on the original discreet label. I believe it's got the artisan mastering. Oh, no, this is Kendon. This was mastered at Kendon. This is a great record. Inca Roads, I mean, needs really no introduction to anybody. But for the cost, I said, yeah, I'll take it home with me. Next up, we were talking about this the other night in my live stream, Grand Funk Survival. Grand Funk, highly underrated band that's pretty much forgotten these days, and is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Me and Rock and Ronnie had a great time the other night, deep diving into some Grand Funk, man. Capital Green label. This was $3, and I said, there's no way in hell I'm leaving it in the store. But it will get a new inner sleeve. So yes, Grand Funk. If you don't have any Grand Funk, go get some Grand Funk. Next up, I'm going to end this on I bundled up. I got 5 of the Talking Heads reissues. These are the Rhinos. I already had Fear of Music, which sounds amazing, absolutely phenomenal. I'm trying to figure out which ones these are. Okay, so I went to my favorite record store and I bundled these for an amazing price. And so here we go. Here we have songs about buildings and food. This one was mastered by Chris Bellman. Nice heavyweight vinyl. Sounds great. These are great pressings. If you see them, pick them up. The next one is Speaking in Tongues. This one's also heavyweight vinyl, cut by Chris Bellman. It's got the replica Sire label. Sounds great. Pick it up. The next one is The Name of the Band of the Talking Heads, double LP. Chris Bellman. Sounds great. Pick it up. And the last two are Talking Heads 77. Now this one was mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. Again, it's on the Rhino. Sounds great. Pick it up. And last but not least, Remain in Light. This one was also mastered by Kevin Gray. It's on the Rhino label. Again, sounds great. Pick it up. And that's going to do it for this haul of vinyl and my postal pickups. I'm going to finish this video, then I'm going to do my Yes Tormato video, which I should have a lot of fun with. Hope everyone's having a great day and a great weekend, and I will see y'all around. Bye.